It's fair to say that when we started in 2009, they were just IT events. But this week we've had presentations of managing a hospital in Indonesia, managing a market research company in the Netherlands, managing an advertising agency in Boston and Barcelona, and there's really quite a diverse crowd.
I think a lot of people have heard of Kanban but don't really understand the mechanics behind it. A lot of engineers love Kanban when they learn about it because it's so black and white and it's so concrete in its metrics and its data and its predictability, and I think a lot of companies, once they understand that part of it, really love it. But there's a teaching opportunity of, it's not just a board, it's not just cards, there's a lot more to the system.
I've found the Lean Kanban events to be really nice small gatherings. They tend to be a lot more intimate than the bigger Agile conferences that are held around the country. It's a nice chance to get to network with people and see some of the more cutting edge things that are happening in the industry. The speakers tend to be, I think, talking about things that you don't typically hear about at other conferences. So they tend to be less beginner level and more advanced practitioner level content.
There are a couple things to me that stand out as great opportunities where if you're either a first timer or if you came by yourself and you don't know people, where you can really immediately get in and meet other people and get involved. Almost every morning, and sometimes at other points during the day, they'll organize something they call a lean coffee. So that's where people will just get around the table for coffee. If there's a topic that's on your mind, maybe a challenge or something that you have at your place of business, you write it down on a piece of paper, and then the group sort of votes on what they want to talk about. They organize the topics in some sort of an order, and then they'll spend 2 minutes or 5 minutes talking about the topic. They might vote if they want to continue to talk about that. But that's a great way to meet other people.
It's one of the things that I like about these events is that the presenters are always accessible and you can go talk to them pretty much any time. You know, talk to those key people who are kind of the thought leaders in the industry. I've always found it very valuable, even if it's just a one, quick question that I have, to be able to get that answer and move on. Even if it's like super novice question or a super advanced question, I always kind of go into the details, and it's always super valuable and can't highly recommend it enough.
The pace of change for Kanban is really evolving very, very quickly. There's a lot of room for discussion, for debate. It's quite different. It's not dogmatic, it's not set. It's always changing because there's so many areas that Kanban can be used in. The range is so wide. So many different areas of business that you can apply it to. And each one has its own unique challenges. So there's an endless number of things to talk about.
The expectation that I can come to one of these conferences and I know I'm going to meet people who can teach me things and who want to teach me things, get to where I'm coming from, is as interested in just talking shop all of the time as I am, and where I see they have capabilities that I don't. It's a great edification for me.
I think the people who come here are people who really value outcomes, people who value whether they gave clients good advice, whether they gave them the best advice, whether their clients are successful. They value the quality of what they do professionally. And if you value the quality of what you do professionally, isn't it worthwhile to take 2 or 3 days out of your schedule and come and see what's really happening?